Tired of marketing feeling like an uphill battle full of algorithms, ads, and empty numbers? You're in the right place. I'm Larissa Werstiak, founder of Joya, a woman-run marketing agency that helps jewelry brands thrive through compelling stories and authentic connections. For more than 8 years, I've been elevating jewelry businesses of all sizes by focusing on heartfelt narratives and strategic content. Think of this podcast as your weekly marketing huddle. Whether you're sipping a latte or tackling your to-do list, I'm here to guide you. Let's toss aside the one-size-fits-all playbook and create a marketing strategy as unique as your brand. You bring the vision, and I'll help you shine in a sea of sparkle. Welcome to episode 319. I'm thrilled to announce the Winter 2025 Joya Emerging Jewelry Brand Incubator Grant winner in today's episode. I'll get to that shortly and hope to have the winner join us on the podcast soon to introduce themselves as well. But the main topic today is maintaining holiday marketing consistency into the new year. We saw many of our clients and jewelry brands in our network excel with their marketing during the holiday season. They experimented with new strategies, kept their messaging consistent, and persevered even when things got extra busy and challenging. So good work, everyone. Pat yourselves on the back. But I also understand how tough it can be to sustain that momentum in the new year, especially if you took time off to rest and enjoy the holiday festivities. It can definitely feel overwhelming to dive back in. Trust me, I wished for just a little bit more time off too. But it's crucial to get back on track because it's so easy to fall behind and really quickly. Before you know it, Mother's Day will be here and you may not have a solid strategy or plan for the year. Don't procrastinate. Take action for your own success. And in this episode, I'll share 7 tips to help you maintain your marketing consistency. Also, stay tuned for the gold mine where I'll discuss my personal tactics that are especially important to me in January as I also strive to start the year strong with my marketing efforts. A quick reminder, this podcast is available in both audio and video formats. You can listen on your favorite podcast platform or watch on YouTube by searching Joya. Support the podcast for free by subscribing or leaving a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. It's greatly appreciated. And if you didn't know, I also co-host another podcast called Success with Jewelry with my friend Liz Kantner, a fellow jewelry marketer and founder of the Stay Gold Collective. We offer a free version on all podcast platforms and YouTube, plus a membership community with extended episodes and extra resources. All right, I'm beyond thrilled to introduce the winner 2025 Joya Emerging Jewelry Brand Incubator Grant winner. Wow, that's a mouthful. And her name is Susan Bird, though you might know her as Susie, the visionary behind Magic Alchemy. Susie's journey is nothing short of captivating. Born in Odessa, Ukraine, her family sought refuge in the United States in 1996, bringing with them precious heirloom jewelry that had survived wars and traveled across seas. These pieces weren't just beautiful, they were vessels of family love and history, and that sparked Susie's lifelong passion for jewelry. From the age of 16, Susie began crafting her own creations, starting with polymer clay and whimsical pendants. Her dedication led her to explore wire wrapping and electroforming, transforming her artistic vision into stunning pieces. Despite early challenges, including a heart-wrenching robbery that threatened to dim her spirit, Susie's resilience shone through. She vowed to reignite her passion, and in 2018, she took the bold step to run Magic Alchemy full-time. Susie's work is a testament to her unwavering commitment and boundless creativity. Whether she's designing a dream ring for a wedding, an anniversary, or an heirloom piece, Susie pours her heart into every creation, ensuring each piece tells a story of love, and legacy. We chose Susie and Magic Alchemy for several reasons. First, her strong why, the deep-rooted passion that fuels her artistry. It truly shines and inspired us when we read about her brand and met her. She already also has built an incredibly engaged audience in a short period of time, showcasing her ability to connect and captivate. Susie's energy and passion are also infectious, and her niche audience perfectly aligns with her unique style and heartfelt story. Susie, congratulations on winning the grant this time around. We can't wait to see how you'll refine your craft, grow your audience even more, and continue to create magical pieces that speak love through generations. Stay tuned as we, over the next few months, dive more into Susie's inspiring journey and her plans for the future of her brand. And if you want to check out her brand yourself, check out the links in the show notes. Okay, it's time to dive into today's episode, my sparklers. Maintaining your holiday marketing momentum in the new year, as I mentioned, can feel daunting. I've felt it. I've seen my clients feel it, especially after a busy holiday season. But don't worry, I've got you covered. I have 7 actionable steps to help you keep your marketing strategy shining bright through 2025. So let's get into it. Step number 1, reflect on and analyze your holiday campaigns. So for most jewelry brands out there, as you probably know, the holiday season is typically the busiest and most revenue generating time of the year. It's a prime opportunity to also gather insights that will help you plan and shine even brighter in the coming year, even when it's not peak holiday time. So I want you to start by reviewing your performance metrics. You're going to take a deep dive into what worked in November and December and what didn't. You're going to look at your sales data, your website traffic, your social media engagement, your email open and click rates. These numbers are your roadmap to understanding your successes and areas for improvement. You're also going to gather customer feedback. That means using surveys or social media polls to get a sense of your customers' experiences and preferences. And I want you to sit down, carve out some time in your day, get a notebook or open a Google Doc, and you're going to answer the following specific questions. How did I expect the holiday season to go? How did it actually go, and how did the reality compare with my expectations? What should I never do again? What should I try again? What should I try again with some tweaks, and what would those tweaks be? What are some ideas that came out of the holiday season that I don't want to forget for next year? And finally, given the way things panned out, when should I start preparing for the holidays this coming year for 2025? And spending some time being honest with yourself, going through these questions will really give you a clear picture of what to keep, what to change, and what new ideas to explore. Step 2, you're also going to want to, as best as you can, reflect on all of 2024, the entire past year. So we're going to broaden the reflection that you just did, and you're going to ask yourself questions about 2024 similarly. Not exactly the same, but how did I expect the year to go? How did it actually go, and how did the reality compare with my expectations? What should I never do again? What should I try again? And then what should I try again with some tweaks, and what would those tweaks be? So it's similar, but we're kind of expanding our reflection. And don't forget to dream big with your BHAG, which is an acronym that stands for Big, Hairy, Audacious Goal. This exercise of reflection also helps you wrap your head around your goals for the upcoming year. One of the biggest challenges that I see with goal setting, and have even experienced myself, is not knowing where you stand, first of all, which makes it really hard to know where to go from there. Plus, another challenge is not really being aware of what's possible, and that makes it tough to imagine a goal. But when you're doing this regular business reflection, this self-reflection, this sitting down and actually asking yourself questions and digging deeper into your business, that will help you start getting like the sparks of the goal, even these bigger, big dream goals that are grounded in reality and in your aspirations. And this clarity will make a difference rather than you just kind of like pulling a goal out of the sky. And that brings me to step 3 of actually setting your goals, which sounds boring. I think goal setting has a bad rap because, hey, like I said, sometimes it's hard to imagine what's possible. I mean, you have a whole year ahead of you. What are you supposed to do with that? You don't know how you're going to feel 3 months from now, 6 months from now, closer to holiday. But here's where we're going to try to make sense of the reflection that you did and forget about goal setting being boring or unnecessary. You're like, but I just go with the flow. No, stick with me because this is crucial. I'm not going to get too far into the weeds with this, but if you do have my book, Jewelry Marketing Joy, I have a whole section in there about setting SMART goals. Or if you go back to episode 232, I also talk about setting SMART goals. The general gist of this is your goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. But here's another game changer. I think when we're thinking about business goals, you're like, okay, I got the SMART goals. I kind of know what I want to achieve. I'm going to write down my business goals. What I've really found the past few years with goal setting is I like to pair business goals with personal, interpersonal goals, just like hobby-related goals, spiritual goals, emotional goals, because if you're a business owner or a leader, your ability to succeed in your business is tied to your personal well-being and you taking care of yourself and being a whole person. So your personal goals, just like getting better rest or improving your work-life balance, can really significantly impact your ability to achieve these business goals that you're starting to formulate now. Like when you're well rested, obviously, you're going to be more creative. You're going to be more productive. So think of your business goals, those specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound ones in the context of all the things that you want to be achieving for yourself this year. And I think it will help it all feel more grounded and also make you more motivated to keep up with them because they're realistic. They're based on you as a whole person. And so that's really made a difference for me personally. And then step 4, get ahead with your content calendar. Now that we've tackled the goal setting beast, let's talk about something that also might make you groan a little bit. Trust me, it's worth it though. I need you to get as far ahead of your content calendar as possible. Most people will find this to be a chore. Most people won't see what's the point because things change as the year goes on. But I've seen again and again and again, the payoff of this is huge. A lot of my clients pour so much effort into holiday content planning. They end up playing catch up in January because they're burnt out. They've fallen off a cliff of content planning. But to avoid that, you want to block out half a day as soon as you can. Sit down with your calendar or however you like to do your content planning and map out your content for at least the next 6 months. Yes, through June, July, get to August if you can. Even if your plans are going to change, having something in place gives you a solid foundation to build on. And since you've already done in this exercise your holiday insights, your holiday reflections, you may even be able at this point be able to rough in ideas for holiday in this planning exercise. Think it's too soon? No, it's not too soon. Plot it in now and you'll thank yourself later when you're breezing through January without the stress of last minute planning. Step 5, I want you to automate where you can. This is going to help you keep that momentum going. So, automating your marketing activities can save you a ton of time and provide a smoother customer experience. So, here are some key areas to consider. Email marketing automation. Set up email sequences for welcome emails, abandoned cart reminders, post-purchase follow-ups. If you already have these automations in place, I want you to revisit them all and make sure they still tell the story that you want to be telling and that they look the way you want them to be looking, because now's a really good time to update that. Social media scheduling. Get ahead of your social media content where you can and where it makes sense. Even using Meta Business Suite, Meta's free tool to plan and schedule your content, will help you get consistent on social media and give you time and space to actually formulate what you want to be saying. Inventory management. I know that this is not related to marketing at all, but it's a common business process for jewelry. If you have ways that you think you can automate your inventory tracking, get those going. If you have a custom jewelry aspect of your business, are there things you could do to be automating your CRM, your follow-ups, your sales outreach for wholesale? I want you to think about all aspects of your business and what can be automated even outside of marketing. And that will help you free up valuable time to be creative, focus on strategy, keep things going without pause. Step number 6, make content creation fun for yourself. All right, let's get into something that's actually going to be enjoyable, because some of these tips, although I think they're essential, they don't sound very exciting, do they? But this one is exciting. I want you to make content creation fun. Some days you probably feel like you just want to throw your Instagram out the window, right? Let's be real here. But if you can find ways to make content creation enjoyable, that can keep your creativity flowing and help you prevent social media burnout. So try to be playful if it makes sense for your brand. Inject personality into your posts, share behind the scenes. Just get fun with it. As I said in a recent episode, if you make mistakes, don't be afraid to share the mistakes. Those are the things that can actually be fun and help you create more vulnerable connections and interactions with your followers. Try new tools. So, for example, if you use Instagram and you make reels every now and again or frequently, or you make Instagram stories, Instagram's always launching these new tools, these new features. I don't want it to be stressful for you, because I know it can feel stressful to keep up with all those things. But maybe set aside time to try something new, and in a way that inspires you to be creative and have more fun, not in a way that creates more pressure, stress, or overwhelm. Set aside social media playtime. So dedicate specific time of the week. Let's say Friday afternoon, you're kind of winding down, getting ready for the weekend, but you still have a few business tasks to do. Dedicate 30 minutes, an hour to playing with your content, experimenting, trying something new, approaching it with curiosity and an open mind. Also, think about ways you can collaborate with others on social media. I think that can really create new ideas, open up new possibilities, and make the process more enjoyable. So think about making content creation a fun and engaging part of your routine, not a burdensome chore, because nobody's going to like that and nobody's going to feel motivated to keep up with social media if it makes you feel like crap when you do it. And lastly, step number 7, I want to talk about nurturing your existing customer relationships. Your current customers are your biggest advocates, and keeping them engaged is not only key to long-term success, but the feedback loop, the positive interactions you have with them are going to keep you motivated. You're going to want to keep being better and doing better for them. So take this time of year to get personal. If you didn't do any special holiday outreach or cards or wishes out to your customers, maybe a new year thank you, a handwritten note, a personalized email. can show that you care. Maybe you do a better job of responding to comments, DMs, and mentions. I know things can get really busy and it's sometimes hard to keep up with the social media feedback. As I mentioned a little earlier in this episode, sending a survey or a feedback form to gather feedback from your customers is a really great way of showing them that their opinion matters to you, especially if you take action based on what they're telling you. And again, that positive feedback, these strong relationships, those are the things that are going to keep you motivated. Those are the things that are going to make you excited to get up in the morning and to keep doing better for them. And that should be enough to help you continue that momentum through the year. So what do you think? Have you tried any of these tips at the top of the year before, or are these new to you? Which ones feel doable? I would love to know. Share your thoughts in a comment on YouTube or send me a DM on Instagram. All right, sparklers, it's time for the gold mine, where I share personal stories from my entrepreneurial journey and connect them to impactful marketing lessons. In this week's gold mine, I want to share some of my favorite tactics that help me kickstart January and set the tone for a strong year ahead in my own business development and marketing efforts. Number one, and I have to always remind myself to be good about this and get myself back on track if I fall off, but I like to structure my day with a morning routine. So especially when it comes to mornings and you first wake up, if you're anything like me, you may have at times fallen into the habit of checking social media or email first thing in the morning. Sometimes I'll even reach for my phone right when I wake up. So this might resonate with you. I know this is not a good habit because it kind of gives me sometimes this like stress or dopamine hit first thing in the morning when really I should be easing myself into the day. So recently I downloaded this app from my iPhone called Screen Zen. It's free and you can set it up to block access to certain apps. I do it before, so I can't access them before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m. I was kind of hesitant to do this because I thought it was kind of silly to restrict myself from using apps. It's like, am I a child? Why do I need this? But I did realize, especially after I got this app, that sometimes I just open apps like my email out of habit. It's like a nervous tick. Like I'm just filling the void. Not because it's genuinely beneficial or necessary or something I even want to be doing. And so if you, like me, find yourself mindlessly scrolling or checking emails first thing in the morning or even before bed, I recommend this app, Screen Zen. It's already made a huge difference in how I start my day so that I can ease into the day in an intentional way rather than like immediately diving into my phone. 2, I've been trying to embrace a more holistic approach to my goals. As I said kind of earlier in this episode, business goals and the business part of you is just one facet of this holistic 360 multifaceted person that you are. And so I'm also trying to be more holistic about my goals. It's so easy for me to hyper focus on my business objectives and then I just become my business. And I'm not my business. My business is just one thing that I do. So incorporating these personal goals, like for example, I'm trying to get back to meditating every morning. This practice centers me and it's a personal goal, but it sets a positive tone for my workday and makes me a better business owner. Also, making a conscious effort to stretch regularly. It helps me when I have to sit for long periods of time at my desk, and it kind of helps me focus better. So balancing these business goals with my personal goals, it really helps me be this more well-rounded, focused, energized person. And then lastly, number 3, I tried to do this last year and it didn't work so well for me. So I'm going to try again to do weekly meetings with myself. It sounds kind of cheesy, But when I kind of did do it every now and again, I notice it really helps me stay on track because I'm good at setting goals. I'm even good at kind of putting action items behind my goals, but something happens somewhere in the year. I think last year it was around traveling for trade shows that I totally fell off the wagon of certain things that I wanted to do, and it's really hard for me to get back on. So having like weekly accountability meetings with myself and being brutally honest while also rewarding myself for the things that I am doing good, that ensures that I can get back on track even if I fall off. No judgment. There's a chance to get back to what you want to do, rather than getting to December 31st and realizing that you completely let something go, and you can stay motivated and resilient throughout the year instead. So I want to know if you found these tips helpful, if you try to do these things, if you want to begin incorporating them. Let me know. Leave a review, share the episode, DM me. I love to chat with listeners and viewers. That's it for today. If you want to reach out, you can always email me Larissa, that's LARYSSA @joyjoya.com. If you love this podcast, please share it with a friend who'd appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe as well as leave a review on Apple Podcasts. If you're completely new to digital marketing, you'll want to purchase and read a copy of my book, Jewelry Marketing Joy. Visit joyjoya.com/book for more information.